Are you more righteous if you fast? Does your prayer time get amplified? Hey guys, welcome. Come on in. It is so good to see you. Hey, are you more righteous if you fast? Does your prayer time get amplified if you're fasting? Are you more in tune with God if you fast? These are all great questions, and I want to take some time to dive into them. So pull up a chair and let's get into this today. I got to take you to Luke chapter 18, verse 12. We're going to tackle fasting. We're going to get a hold of what this thing is all about. We're hearing from the words of Jesus. This is powerful. Luke 18:12, here it comes. You ready? All right, me too. Here we go. I fast twice a week. I give tithes of all that I get. But the tax collector standing far off would not even lift up his eyes to heaven, but beat his breast, saying, God, be merciful to me, a sinner. I tell you, this man went down to his house justified rather than the other. For everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, but the one who humbles himself will be exalted. One of the areas of this that I didn't read to you is that the individual saying, I fast twice a week and I give a tenth of all that I get. He's in the role of the Pharisee here. And Jesus is kind of giving us insight into what God sees when people come to him. And he gives these two characters, the Pharisee, who everybody respects. Everybody thinks, this guy's the guy, man. He's righteous. He's religious. God listens to him. And then he contrasts that with the tax collector. Everybody hates these guys. These are the dudes that you would want to spit on because they're cheats, they're liars, they're thieves, they're betrayers to their own people, right? These guys are worthless, can't even get close to the presence of God. They're waiting for the wrath of God, right? This is kind of like the equivalent of some of our politicians today, right? We could never believe that God would even listen to these guys, but just is storing up judgment, ready to obliterate them completely. Well, that's what Jesus is giving us here. He's giving us this contrast between these incredible characters, one that you would expect would have the attention of God, and the other that you would expect would be rejected by God. And he says, guess what happens? The one that you think would be rejected is the one that God accepts. Hang on a second. The other guy's the one who fasts twice a week. The other guy's the one who gives tenth or tithe of all that he gets. Come on, that should be the guy that gets God's attention. Well, that's where we find an answer to the question today. What does fasting really do? Does it make us more powerful in our prayer life? Does it make us more in tune with God? Does it make us more righteous? The answer to all of these is really found in the heart on why you're doing it. So let me put it this way. If you are fasting so that you can be better for the sake of being better for the sake of comparing yourself to somebody else, better for the sake of getting treated differently before God, you're doing it for all the wrong reasons. Fasting is never to be leverage on God or leverage in our spiritual lives. Fasting is an exercise and a discipline on drawing close to the Lord. There is a strong argument that can be made today from the New Testament scriptures that fasting is no longer a part of a Christian's life. A very, very strong case can be made for that. But as a discipline, I would tell you that fasting can be beneficial. And beneficial in the sense that fasting in its origin was a call unto God, who is our provider and sustainer, to pay attention to our body that is so grieved. It is so being denied by our personal investment in it that God must pay attention. And so it's a plea and it's a call for God to get close. And out of that closeness, the ability to plead with God, intercede with God, and see God move in your life. We now have the Holy Spirit through Jesus Christ. This is no longer something that is necessary for us to have communication with God. God is near to us. He's near to the brokenhearted. He's near to our spirit man. He, according to the New Testament, dwells within us. So does fasting make us better? No. What if we fast multiple times? Does it make us better? No. Well, what then do we do it for? We do it for discipline's sake. We do it for the sake of realizing in our bodies that God is the sustainer and that He is the one who is actually making everything happen in our life. Now again, when we fast, we have to be very particular. Sometimes people will fast from certain types of foods, certain types of drinks, certain types of entertainment, and all those things are acceptable provided that you understand the purpose of fasting. It is to lean into the Lord in full trust that He is your provision and He is your supplier. If you do that, then you're not more righteous. You're not better off in your prayers. But what does happen is that you do set your keen focus on the Lord. And Jesus promises this: all who seek, find. And all who knock at the door will be opened. And when we make a conscious decision to have discipline, to seek the Lord, He is faithful to find us where we're at, to meet us in a moment of need, and to do something that we never expected possible. And that makes it worth it. So, bottom line, you're not more spiritual, but good news, it does give you a keen focus on the Lord, who can bring blessing and nourishment into your life in ways that you never thought possible. So consider it today. Ask the Lord, is there an area in your life that you can be fasting? And through that, realize you're not becoming more righteous, but you are becoming more in tune with your relationship with Him. All right? Well, my friends, I look forward to what God's going to do in your life. Go practice it. And until next time, God bless. My friends, Breakfast with Bradley is making a powerful difference, and you are part of that. If you would consider joining with us financially to reach more people, go to our Patreon account and sign up, and my friends, we'll make a powerful difference in all those who want to hear. Thanks for being part of us. God bless you.